let's jump into here in McGuffey, the returning Century champions. They lose their quarterback in Rocco Falosk, but they got some guys competing for that spot now. McGuffey is entering an interesting time here, where they now are tasked with defending their Century championship. Do you think McGuffey's going to be able to pull it off here?
Personally, no. I don't think that they'll be able to pull it off. I think they'll be able to beat everybody else, but look at their schedule. Game we're scheduled to be at right now, October 29th at Wash High, Battle of I-70.
That's the season.
It's going to be a tough. That's what it comes down to every year. It's these two teams. They're two great coaching staffs has put them into this. Two great coaches. When you think of the best coaches in this area, as far as what I'm talking, the Tri-Cata, which is Washington, Green, and Fayette, two come to mind: Ed Dalton, Mike Bosnick. So. They're going to have those teams ready for that game, and that's what it's going to come down to, just as it does every year. It was a shame that game was the first game of the season. No fans. I was at that game. That was just a very big disappointment. No, like I said, no fans there. It was very weird to me because I was there a year ago, and you were there with me when it was at McGuffey, Washington McGuffey playing the last game of the season for the conference, and how the atmosphere of that game was. You can attest to that. You were there. I was there for WTAE, and to see that, and then 1 year later, the opener, and there's nobody in the crowd. Just very, very disappointing. But hopefully, with the vaccines rolling out and everything, October 29th at Wash High, hopefully we'll see another great atmosphere with two great football programs again. But to answer your question, McGuffey, I don't know if I could put them over the Prexies right now.
I don't know. I feel strangely confident about McGuffey just because of, they've been grooming a guy like Philip McEwen at quarterback for even the last couple of years. I know last year he was a guy that competed with Phalos for the starting job at camp. So I feel confident at quarterback, at least. Like, he's a guy that knows the system and will probably be able to perform it pretty well. A guy at running back, you already talked about, Kyle Brookman. He should be an exciting talent to watch. Christian Cipolletti's been in that system for years. That third guy is still, a revolving door as of now. The defensive and offensive lines are always going to be strong. They're always going to have guys back and guys filling in. This is just a very, solid system that McGuffey has. And yeah, it all comes down to that Wash High game, but they also have some interesting out-of-conference games that could maybe set them up for success. If you compare Wash High's out-of-conference schedule with McGuffey's out-of-conference schedule, they're vastly different. I wonder if McGuffey is going to be even more prepared than the Prexies would be for that game, just because they're playing, at Southmoreland, at Stowe Rocks, at Lindsley on October 1st. Like, that could even become an advantage for McGuffey, entering that final game, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. You get better from competition. They scheduled Lindsley the last year and this year. You don't get better from beating on Beth Center's 49-0. You don't get better from beating Waynesburg's 56-0. You get better from playing better competition. Even if that means you lose, it's going to make you better in the long run.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting season for McGuffey. I feel confident that they're going to be, right near the top of the division once again, and that's going to be exciting for them as well. So, a little bit of a question here. Is this McGuffey team? We saw them win the conference last year, and they've taken a slow step up every single year for the last couple of years. Is this their time where they take the next step, or is it time where they, start to restructure a little bit with some of the youth coming in? The thing that has going, and that's for everyone, is the extended playoffs. I think that's going to be huge. I think that's going to be better momentum builders for programs
is to maybe win a playoff game and then move into the next round and have a little confidence and you're a little more pep in your step. And I think that could be the case for this McGuffey team.
Yeah, I mean, if they open up the playoffs and they're playing a team like a Laurel maybe, or one of the lower teams that are in 2A in another conference, I mean, I could see McGuffey easily winning a playoff game if they come in first or second in this division.